Breaking news, everyone, it's me again, Steedoj here, and it seems like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is confirmed to be coming to future Vjump editions with more updates about the game as we approach the 2027 release. So there are multiple ways to interpret this, because this is an actual big new update on the official site as well, which I have the full page for here, so I'll be telling you guys everything else about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 in a moment. But there are multiple sources confirming that the official site reveals that the new info of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 will keep releasing in Vjump from time to time. Keep your eyes peeled for follow-up reports in the future editions of Vjump about this title as its planned 2027 release approaches. Xenoverse 3 has completely revived Vjump, LOL. So Xenoverse 3 is going to just keep showing up in Vjump. I'm very sure that this means every month something new in Xenoverse 3 will be confirmed in Vjump. This might mean that we might have to wait a really long time for the next trailer, since they're revealing stuff in Vjump, which usually ends up being only gameplay screenshots. But I personally believe that the next trailer is just around the corner, because Vjump never lands without trailers. So if we haven't got a trailer yet, it's because they're releasing one soon. We're definitely getting one before the next Vjump issue, 100% though, just based on the Bandai release schedule. Oh, did I forget to say hello, everyone? It's me again, Steedoj here, back to more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. But for real, let's go through the full official site information about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, get all of the latest info on Dragon Ball games and goods in Vjump's jam-packed, supersized August edition. So this is the Vjump cover that's basically going to confirm how much Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 stuff we'll be receiving and how many times it's going to appear in Vjump. I think it's going to just appear every time, because they've never gassed up a Vjump release quite like this, going out of the way to mention that, yeah, it's going to keep showing up. But they didn't say that for Sparking Zero. And Sparking Zero was the last super big Dragon Ball game, right? It was the one everyone was hyped for. It was trending everywhere. And they didn't even say this about Sparking Zero. So Xenoverse 3 might still have quite a bit of time before the game actually releases, since they are gassing up that we should wait, month to month for new information updates on it. But regardless, let's go through the full site. So we obviously do have more information on the other stuff that they showed in Vjump here, like the card games with Vegito, card games for Fusion World, Dragon Ball Super Divers, which I'm pretty sure is still Japanese exclusive. I don't know why they're showing this on the English version of the site if you still can't play this game globally, but that's besides their own. And then there's Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. The latest Dragon Ball action is here. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 special feature. And then obviously again we have the logo again, and I must say the logo of the game is absolutely beautiful. You guys might remember the meme green logo that we had to deal with for like several years when people were just making up their own version. But honestly, this one has some really, I like the flair on it a lot. The 3 golden streaks to represent the number 3, it's just actually beautiful. Feast your eyes on this issue for all the most recent Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 info. This special feature breaks down the game's newly revealed combat system. The roads to victory appears to lie in using attacks best suited for each scenario, and effectively harnessing the power of the experienced Super Warriors. Keep your eyes peeled for follow-up reports in future editions of Vjump about this title as its planned 2027 release approaches. Now, who knows when Xenoverse 3 is coming out exactly. If it's like most Dragon Ball games, there's only 2 specific months it would ever actually release in, which is obviously February and October, because those are the only months that Dragon Ball games really care to release in. But if they are teasing lots of Vjump showcases for, Xenoverse 3, and obviously we only have like 6 more months until the end of the year. That's crazy that we're already halfway through. It's safe to say that we'll probably get 6 more Vjump releases on Xenoverse 3 overall, telling us about the game. And then there's a high chance that the game even releases in February. Knowing Dragon Ball, it's probably going to release the same time as the Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance DLC. So whenever that gets its DLC date confirmed is when Xenoverse 3 is coming out. You guys might think that's cope, but I promise you, every single time Capcom and Bandai Namco love releasing their Dragon Ball games and their Monster Hunter stuff on the same day. I don't know if it's because both the CEOs have a dinner date on the same day and they just want to release the game and then go kiss each other in a restaurant, but it's always the same day. So safe to say that this game might actually have a February release, which would be insane, because obviously if we had to wait until October, that would be unbelievably long. We'd still have over a year if we had to wait till October. But they're actually seeming really confident in releasing a bunch of information about the game now, which means it's probably going to have a release soon. We still need to wait for the second trailer, aka an actual gameplay trailer, and then after an actual gameplay trailer there'll probably be another bigger overview trailer, and then afterwards a launch trailer. That's the usual release schedule for games doing trailers in general, and that's the one that Bandai Namco follows the most. They like doing a teaser, then they like doing the launch trailer very soon afterwards. Furthermore, on the page we actually do have information updating about Dragon Ball Legends as part of its 8th anniversary. Now I actually don't know what's going on with Dragon Ball Legends in its 8th anniversary. I've seen a lot of people say that Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta is basically getting nothing out of it, and Broly and the rest are getting like tons of stuff. I don't know. I do not keep up with Dragon Ball Legends that much anymore, but it's really funny seeing people talk about Dragon Ball Legends. Every single time that game comes up, people talk about it like as if the game personally came into their house and just stole their money and beat them up. Honestly, wait, it's a gacha game. It might have actually done that. But it's just funny to think every time I hear something about Legends, it's always people speaking about it in the craziest way ever. we even have more information from DBS Hype here. Speaking of Zed as well, by the way, saying, didn't mention anything about trailers, I assume. Nope, but if trailers are planned, then they'd come after each Vjump's official release date. So let's see if we get one this month or if it's only going to be info in the magazine. Because again, it's really weird for them to release gameplay screenshots without the gameplay trailer that associates them. It was weird when Sparking Zero did that as well, which is why they quickly followed up on. You guys might remember, we saw the power, speed, and what was it, technical types? We saw the power versus speed information in a Vjump scan before we actually got the trailer about it in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I very much remember hearing information on Ultra Trunks and Dispo and Broly versus KO and Hit showing up in Vjump scans before we actually saw it in the trailer itself. So obviously the next gameplay trailer for, well, the next trailer in general for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 would be its gameplay trailer based on that logic. Because again, Sparking Zero already did power versus speed Vjump scan, then we actually saw it, right? And then they did a bunch of other Vjump scans that were relevant to the trailers that were released around those times too. So this is pretty much, again, DBS Hype knows the stuff. And I'm a nerd, I know my stuff too. This is the most likely way they're going to do it. Whatever's in the Vjump scan is just going to get reused for actual trailer stuff. And it's going to be more hype as a trailer anyways, because we get to see the game moving in real time. We get to hear the sound effects of the game. We get easier breakdowns on how all these mechanics work, since we'll be seeing them happen in real motion and not just as a still image where we have to guess what's kind of going on. Like as a great example, right? The free things at the top here, people still don't know what the hell is going on with these free things at the top. That's stuff that gameplay trailers would like easily just like clean up for us. Okay, this first one's a god break. It looks more like an evasive skill from Xenoverse 1 and 2, but sure, I'll believe you. The second one is key draining. I don't know how key draining is associated with blasting people with Kamehamehas. Last time I checked, Kamehamehas went Super 17, but again, we need a gameplay trailer to figure out how this mechanic works. And the third one might be some sort of weird timed mechanic that when the enemy is stamina broken, you can release a special cinematic looking attack on them. But why would I not just do 3 Super Kamehamehas like I've been doing in Xenoverse 2 and just guarantee a kill? It's so weird. We need to see gameplay trailers for stuff like this because we still don't know what the heck all of these things are. So that's why gameplay trailers are so important, and that's why we should be hyped for every single Vjump release, because Vjump will most likely tease what's in the trailer. Again, they'll show us more on the battle styles, the soul chain system, awakening skills, soul assists, etc. So that's why I'm super duper hyped for every single Vjump release that's going to be coming out about this game. There's still so much to go with this game, because I do want to remind you, this game still releases when the Dragon Ball Super, like, Moro arc eventually gets animated. Oh, also, Dragon Ball Super Beerus is still going to come out before this game actually comes out. So Dragon Ball Super Beerus stuff will probably make at least a small cameo in some of the Vjump scans, because I do want to remind you that no matter what happens in Dragon Ball Super Beerus, there will be new moves, there'll be new anime feats, there'll be new, you know, abilities, transformations, etc., right? For some characters, I'm sure, right? Maybe they'll reference Super Saiyan 3 for Vegeta and Daima, since, again, they are weirdly linking Dragon Ball Daima to the Moro arc. Again, I don't know how that's going to go. We have to wait till the Moro arc gets animated before we know if Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku is going to show up in the arc or not. But in the Dragon Ball Super Beerus, there'll be new stuff. Goku will use new attacks, which they'll obviously have to show in the Vjump scans or in the trailers to be like, hey, Xenoverse 3 is going to have the new Goku attacks before any other Dragon Ball game. That's a marketing reason to get it. You know, games like doing stuff like that. A good example, Sparking Zero liked chilling Dragon Ball Daima stuff. Like, it was like, hey, Daima Goku's going to be in the game, and all this other cool stuff. Maybe you should pre-order the game to get Daima Goku, you know? So I feel like they're gonna you know, use Dragon Ball Super Beerus marketing to this game's advantage, but also Moro arc marketing to this game's advantage as well. Because depending on if this game releases the same day as the Moro arc, just like how Sparking Zero released the same day as Daima, or if this game releases after the Moro arc gets animated, we might get Moro at launch for the game rather than as a DLC character, which would be super hype. That obviously means also we'll get the UI Goku Susanoo as his own separate thing. And holy crap, speaking of the game's new gameplay features, imagine having Goku with his Ki Susanoo in, because Xenoverse 3 already like showed us gameplay screenshots of how big some of these moves can get, and soul assists. I would not be surprised if Goku with all of his new moves and Vegeta using a Spirit Bomb becomes part of the actual gameplay. It's too hype, it's too hype. My brain is actually here to figure out all the potential for this. Oh, I said potential, it's over. But either way, man, I think that's a great place to end the video. This game, I cannot wait to see any more information on this, because again, we know for a fact now we're getting monthly information. That's great, that's great. Every month, around the 20th-ish, from the 15th to the 20th, there's a very high chance we're just going to see something new for this game, whether it's a new trailer or it's more gameplay screenshots delivered to us from Vjump. So, Xenoverse 3 information is going to be monthly, but for now, I think that's a great place to end the video. Lads, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, then obviously, again, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to really support the channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next, gamers. I love you all. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all next time. Take care and peace. Bye bye.